Now, of course, having Android Auto and CarPlay built into your rearview mirror is without any doubt very clever technology. And it's one main feature that makes the Seicane mirror so good. However, there is a lot more to this device than just that. Another one of the great features that the Seicane rearview mirror supports is split screen mode. This feature will allow you to not only view what is behind you or in front of you from either of the camera views on one side of the mirror's display, but at the same time on the other side of the mirror's display, you can also continue to use the other apps as well, such as Spotify, Maps, and more. I became so impressed with this device when testing it that at one stage I remember thinking, can it get any better? And it did. This Seicane rearview mirror also supports voice control commands, and that allows you to do things like this. Turn on display.
Okay.
Show rear camera.
Okay.
Show front camera.
Okay.
Turn off display.
Okay.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hello and welcome to the channel, and I hope you like today's video. If you like smart home and automotive technology content, then hit that subscribe button, because that's what you're going to see on this channel. In today's video, I'm reviewing another DVR rearview mirror, but this one is different to any other DVR rearview mirror I have reviewed before, mainly due to the more advanced features it has to offer when compared to the others. And you know what? After testing this device for the past 2 weeks, I can confidently say that this is also one of the best DVR rearview mirrors I have tested before. So be sure to watch the entire review from start to finish, because in this video you're going to see why it is so good. Now I'm going to do this review a little bit different than usual, starting with the introduction and specs of the device first, followed then by testing all of the main features, which is usually the part of the video that most of you guys want to see first anyway, and then lastly I will be covering the installation process. I personally really like this product, and I think you will too. So let's get stuck into the review. This DVR rearview mirror is from a company called Seicane. You may have heard of Seicane before, and this is their HO30 model. This Seicane DVR rearview mirror is quite a lot different to your standard DVR rearview mirror, and that's because it also has Android Auto and CarPlay built into it as well. Yes, that's right, this is a rearview mirror that can do everything that an Android Auto CarPlay system can do, including a lot more as well. Okay, so the connections of this device are nice and simple. You have the USB-C power socket here. This AV socket here next to it is where you plug in the rear view camera. This slot here is for the memory card, and the device supports memory cards up to 128 gigabytes. It also has 8 gigabytes of flash memory as well. And lastly, this here is the auxiliary output socket, which you can connect with the supplied cable to the auxiliary input of your car's factory stereo, so you can play the audio from the device through your car's sound system. On the bottom of the mirror here, we have the power button, which when pressed and held for a few seconds, turns the device on or off. And with a short press of the button, this will turn the display itself on and off, which can be a very useful feature to have. The operating system itself is based on Linux, and it performs incredibly well when combined with its fast quad-core 1.5 GHz processor. It also has a beautiful and clear 11.26-inch display screen, measuring in at 275mm long by 72mm high. It is powered up from this supplied 5V 3A cigarette lighter power socket adapter. However, an optional buckline interface cable is also available, and is what I would always recommend. This device is controlled from the ignition of your car, so it will automatically turn on and off with the ignition, unless of course you're using this cigarette lighter power socket adapter, and your car's power socket is not ignition controlled, as not all car power sockets are. It is also a low power consumption device as well. In standby mode it only draws up to 10 milliamps, and in deep sleep standby mode up to 3 milliamps. And this is definitely a fantastic design feature in my opinion. Okay guys, now if you're looking for a high quality and reliable DVR rearview mirror, packed with some amazing features, including Android Auto and CarPlay, and for a really good price, then I have some really good news for you, because Seicane is offering this device to all of you at an incredibly discounted price. To get one of these devices for yourself at this special price, just click on the link in the description below, but do be quick because this special won't last long. Alright, and now back to the video. This Seicane Rearview Mirror is a 2-channel device, so of course this means it supports 2 cameras. The front view built-in camera here is rated at 2.5K and has a viewing angle of 145 degrees. It slides out from the side of the device like this, which it needs to of course, so you have enough room to attach it to your existing rearview mirror. It is also adjustable from side to side as well as up and down, so you can adjust it to the perfect viewing angle that you require. Then we have this, the external mounting AHD camera, which you mount at the rear of the car and use as the rear view and reversing camera. This camera is rated at 1080p HD and has a viewing angle of 170 degrees. The Seicane mirror does also support the parking monitor feature as well, and when in use, this feature will use both the front view and the rear view cameras to protect the outside perimeter of the front and rear of the car when you're away from it. If your car is accidentally hit or broken into, the Seicane mirror will automatically start recording what is happening, and this video footage gets securely saved to the memory card, which you can view when you return to your car at a later date. The parking monitor is a common feature with most DVR rearview mirrors, and it is also definitely a great feature to have for the security of your car as well. I will show you exactly how well this feature works later on in the video. It supports a variety of the basic features you would expect it to, such as auto dimming, multi-language support, up to 18 different languages are currently supported, and driving position support for left-hand and right-hand drive cars, as well as adjustable front camera recording, resolution up to 2.5K, time and date settings, a rear camera mirror feature, and more. These are just the same settings you get with most of the DVR rearview mirrors, and therefore I will not be covering those settings in this review. Of course, this device only supports wireless Android Auto and CarPlay. It does not support wired, but that is not important these days as everyone wants a wireless connection anyway. And for this device, it works incredibly well. The connection is very stable and reliable. Voice control and voice assistant are also both supported, and both work unbelievably well, as you're going to see shortly. Wi-Fi video monitoring is also a feature that is supported, and which I will also be demonstrating to you. And FM audio transmission is another feature that is supported and works amazingly well. And you don't need an external FM transmitter to use this feature either. It's built into the device itself. It also has a built-in 2-watt speaker. However, playing audio from the device through your car's sound system is the way I would definitely still recommend. And of course it also has a built-in microphone as well, which is needed and works very well with all of the features this device has. If you want to use the built-in maps, such as Google or Waze, you don't need to buy an external GPS module to use this feature either, because that is also built into the device itself, which is another great design feature, and it works incredibly well. And lastly, it also supports split screen mode, which I will also be showing you, along with all of the other amazing features it has to offer. So with that being said, I'm now going to put this device to the test. So make yourself comfortable, because I am now going to show you just how good the Seicane DVR Rearview Mirror really is. Okay, so I'm just sitting here at the moment, playing some free music from YouTube through my Spotify. At the moment, the music is being played through the car's sound system, through the built-in Android Auto wireless feature, using a cable that is connected from the auxiliary output of the mirror to the auxiliary input of my car's factory stereo, and the sound is really good quality. There are, however, also 2 other options the Seicane mirror supports when it comes to playing audio through the device itself. And those are option 1, using a Bluetooth connection between the mirror and your car stereo, providing your car stereo supports Bluetooth of course, which not all car stereos do, and my car stereo is one that doesn't. Or option 2, broadcasting it across a FM station, which works absolutely perfectly, and will be compatible with everyone's car stereo. You see, the way this works is the Seicane mirror also has an FM transmitter built into it as well, and by using this feature you can broadcast your music to a specific FM station on your car stereo, and now you have a wireless connection for audio between the mirror and your car's factory stereo system. So I'll demonstrate this for you now. Okay, so at the moment I have the auxiliary input of my car stereo enabled, so I can play the music from the mirror through the car stereo. Now by default the FM transmitter of the mirror is set to 106 MHz, so now if I switch to FM stereo mode, the mirror will now broadcast the music to the FM station of my car stereo. So let's give it a try. This is indeed a great feature, and the fact that you don't need to use a separate plug-in FM transmitter is even better. By the way, the sound quality is incredibly good when using the FM transmitter. It's actually even better sounding than if you were using the auxiliary audio cable itself, in my opinion. And the connection is also extremely stable as well. I've been testing it for over a week and it works absolutely flawlessly. If you don't have an auxiliary input connection for your car stereo and it doesn't support Bluetooth either, then using the built-in FM transmitter is an option I can very highly recommend. Just like all DVR Rearview mirrors, you can of course switch between the front and the rear view camera with just a swipe of your finger on the display screen at any time. This is a great feature because sometimes you just want to view either the front or the rear view camera by itself instead of both of them at the same time. And as you can see, you get a very nice, clear and viewable image when you do this. Another really useful feature that is supported by both the camera views is the ability to also adjust the height of each camera as well, by simply just moving your finger up and down on the display screen. One thing that is very noticeable with the Seicane mirror, when compared to other mirrors, is the screen response time. It is very fast to respond to your finger touching it, whereas with some other mirrors there can be a significant delay. So this is definitely a great design feature with the Seicane mirror, and that's important as well because it makes it a more enjoyable experience for the operator to use. One of the best features with any DVR mirror is of course the reversing camera, and the reversing camera feature of the Seicane mirror works great. The reversing camera gets automatically engaged when you select reverse gear, which is the best way as there is nothing you need to manually switch on before reversing your car, unlike some other devices which can be very frustrating to use for this reason. And yes, as you can see, the Seicane mirror also has parking guidelines as well. Those parking guidelines are also adjustable to any size that you require as well, which is a really great feature because this ensures they can be used for any size parking space at any time, no matter where you are. Here is another feature with the Seicane mirror that, just like me, you will probably also love, and that is voice control. Using the built-in microphone, the Seicane mirror has been designed to detect certain voice commands. The functionality is quite limited, but nevertheless it's still a really cool feature that works incredibly well. And if you listen closely in the background, you'll hear it talking to confirm to me that it has heard and responded to my command. So allow me to demonstrate. Turn on display.
Okay.
Show front camera.
Okay.
Show rear camera.
Okay.
Show all cameras.
Okay.
Turn off display.
Okay.
How cool is that? Now, as cool as the voice control is, that you have just seen working using the built-in voice commands, this Seicane mirror not only supports voice control, but it also supports voice assistant as well, which is even cooler because this feature allows for a lot more functionality. I use the voice assistant of my Android Auto system in my car all the time to control my smart home, but you can also use it to control certain features of the device itself. So here are just some examples of using the built-in voice assistant. Hey Google, resume music. Hey Google, pause music. Hey Google, what time is it?
It's 3:02 p.m.
Hey Google, is it going to rain this afternoon?
Probably not. This afternoon in Tauranga, there's only a very slight chance of rain.
Hey Google, call Spark New Zealand.
Okay, calling Spark New Zealand.
Kia ora. Welcome to Spark Customer Services. To enter a Spark number,
And of course, with a smart home, you can control absolutely anything in your smart home from inside your car, which is incredibly useful. Hey Google, turn on garage door opener.
Sure. Turning on the garage door opener.
This feature is also another one you're going to love. So you have already seen how you can drive around with both camera views displayed on the screen of the mirror at the same time, and that is a really great and useful design feature. However, thanks to split screen mode, now it gets even better, because split screen mode will allow you to view not what only is behind you from the rear view camera, but it also allows you to use other apps at the same time as well, like this. Not only that, but when in split screen mode, you're still able to change the camera view between the front and rear views as well. This feature is not only incredibly useful, but it also works incredibly well. So that's another great design feature Seicane offer you with this device. Now if you're on the road a lot, always looking for directions,
Turn right onto Puriri Street.
then
Then turn left onto Monganui Road.
this is where the GPS maps feature of the Seicane mirror becomes incredibly useful.
Turn right onto Puriri Street.
Of course
Then
not
turn left onto Monganui Road.
Of course, not only does it support
Turn left onto Totara Street.
Google Maps, but also one of my favorites as well, Waze. And the best thing of all is you don't need a separate plug-in GPS module for this feature to work, because the GPS module is built into the mirror
In 1
itself.
kilometer, at the roundabout, turn left onto Hull Road.
How many of you have ever used the voice command feature of your maps before when you're trying to find directions to where you're going? This feature works great with the Seicane mirror, thanks to its built-in microphone. So let's try using it to get directions to a common place all of you may know well. McDonald's, Mount Maunganui.
We're all set. Let's go. Turn right onto Kawaka Street.
I love technology and I love this mirror. Now I'm going to demonstrate how the parking monitor feature works with the Seicane mirror. This feature is great because if your car is interfered with in any way when you are away from it, the mirror will have recorded everything it sees from both the front and the rear view cameras. How this feature works is it has a G-Shock sensor built into the mirror itself, which can detect an impact to the car. And if this happens, both the cameras will start recording what's happening around the car. This video footage then gets saved to a safe and secure directory on the memory card. So when you return to the car, you can play back the video footage to see what has happened to your car. Here's an example of this working for you. And now when we get back to the car, we can play back that footage and find out that this is what was happening around the front of the car. And this is what was happening around the rear of the car. So as you can see, this is a great security feature to have for your car. Here is another feature you're going to love for the security of your car, because the Seicane mirror also supports Wi-Fi video monitoring. So what this feature does is it allows you to live stream the video, again from both the front and the rear view cameras, to your smartphone over a Wi-Fi connection between your phone and the mirror itself. So if, for example, you have parked your car outside your home or office and you hear a noise outside your window and suspect someone may be trying to break into your car, you can just pick up your smartphone and view what's happening outside around your car using this live stream feature. To be able to use this feature, you will need to download the Vidua app to your phone first. I'll give you a quick demonstration of how this feature works so you can see for yourself how cool and useful it really is. Okay, so here I am walking up to the front of my car now. And as you can see, the front camera is being live streamed straight to my phone so I can see exactly what's going on. Now if I walk to the back of the car, to switch to the rear view, we just need to tap this icon here at the top. Tap that like that, and it will switch to the rear view camera. Now when I walk around the back of the car, the rear camera has picked me up and is live streaming the video footage straight to my phone. So as you can see, this is an incredibly useful feature to have for your car, especially when you want to know what's going on straight away at that very moment. Go back to the front view again. And that is how this live Wi-Fi video monitoring works. Now, I'm not an iPhone user, but because the Seicane Rearview Mirror does also support CarPlay, I decided to go and find my iPhone so I could quickly test it out. And just like my Android phone, my iPhone connected without any problems and works really well with the Seicane mirror. As you can see up here, the CarPlay screen looks very attractive here displayed on the mirror, and it supports all of the important apps as well, such as phone, maps, messages, Spotify, and more. Split screen mode works really well with CarPlay as well, which is great because it still allows you to view your camera views at the same time while using the apps on the other side of the mirror. So just like the Android Auto users, CarPlay users are also going to be really happy with the way this device performs with their iPhone. Okay, so through the daytime, both the front and rear view cameras of the Seicane mirror display a nice and clear image for you to view. But how do the cameras perform at nighttime? Well, the built-in front view camera with its 2.5K resolution, here on my left, in the dark performs quite well. As for the 1080p rear view camera here on the right, it's also pretty good. But like a lot of them, if you have a car following you close behind with its headlights on, it will make the display harder to view, due to the bright light, of course. This is in no way a problem with the mirror itself, but it is a problem you will need to tolerate with the majority of the 1080p cameras sold with a lot of the CarTech devices available today. This Seicane Rearview camera, however, does do a pretty good job if I am comparing it to some of the other cameras that I have tested in the past. Okay, so with a lot of my installations, I usually start at the back of the car, and this time was no different, because for the first part of the job, I installed the Rearview camera. For an installation like this, you can expect this to be the most difficult part of the job. It's not difficult, but it is of course a lot more work than installing the mirror itself, which only takes a couple of minutes. So I'm going to install this Seicane Rearview mirror right next to this other camera, which I already have mounted here, which, yes, I agree might look a bit strange, but I need this rearview camera as well. So there will now be two rearview cameras mounted at the rear of the car. So off comes the rear bumper again. Alright, and now with the rear bumper removed from the car, I have decided to attach the Seicane Rearview camera here instead, because it looks a little bit better than it does up here. You can attach the camera to the car using the adhesive pad that they supply, and they actually supply two of them as well. Usually I drill a hole as well and screw it on, but this time I won't be doing that. The sticky pad is quite a strong stick, so it will hold the camera without falling off. Once the rearview camera has been mounted, I will need to connect the red wire of the camera cable, which is this here, to the reversing light. This is so when I put the car into reverse, the rearview mirror can switch to reverse mode automatically and display the image from the camera on the mirror screen. And then you can use it as a reversing camera system, so you can see what's behind you when you're reversing the car, which is great. I love reversing cameras, and these days a lot of CarTech devices have this feature built directly into them. So this Seicane Rearview mirror is just one of them. So now I'm going to mount the camera and put the rear bumper back onto the car again. Alright, and the car is back together again. The rear camera is mounted, and I've just finished connecting the red wire from the camera cable to the reversing light. You need to use a multimeter to find this wire, which you can do at the rear light assembly itself. It will of course be the wire that reads around positive 12 volts, but only when reverse gear is engaged. This part of the job is very easy to do once you have located the correct wire. So now I just have to run the camera cable all the way to the front of the car, then up and around the windscreen to the rearview mirror itself. So I'm going to do that now, and then the next job is mounting the rearview mirror. Okay, so as you can see, I have now run the camera cable all the way up to the rearview mirror, and it was more than long enough to reach as well. So that's one more gold star awarded to Seicane. Now this mirror is also supplied with an auxiliary cable as well. So you can connect the auxiliary output of the mirror to the auxiliary input of your car's factory installed stereo, so the audio from the mirror can be heard through the car's sound system. This is my preferred way of doing it, so I will also need to run this cable up to the rearview mirror as well, which is an easy job. Now, as for powering the device up, you can use the supplied cigarette lighter power adapter that it comes with. However, for the parking monitor feature to work, it will be required to use an optional buckline cable interface adapter instead. For me personally, this was not supplied with the mirror, but Seicane can supply it for you, and I would recommend using it. I have a spare one that is already installed in the car, so I am just going to use that. It is important to note though that a buckline cable interface will require that you hardwire the device into the car. This won't be the easiest option for some people, of course. So for those people, you can still use the cigarette lighter power adapter, providing you are not intending on using the parking monitor feature. Okay, so mounting the Seicane rearview mirror is the easiest part of the job. But before you do this, it's very important to remember to insert your memory card into the Seicane mirror first. The DVR features of the system will not work before the memory card is installed as well as formatted. Now, like the majority of these DVR rearview mirror systems, the Seicane mirror also just attaches to your existing rearview mirror using these rubber straps. Seicane supply two different types. One is a bit longer than the other. Of course, the rearview mirrors in cars are all different sizes, so this is good that Seicane give you two different length straps, as usually DVR mirrors are only supplied with one strap length, which if you have a very large rearview mirror, that means you have to stretch it a lot to get it to fit, to the point where it feels like it's going to break. So well done to Seicane for supplying two different sizes. So anyway, all you do is attach one end of the rubber strap to the mounting hook of the mirror like this, and then you wrap it around your car's existing rearview mirror and attach the other end of the strap to the other mounting hook like that. So you just do that for both sides of the mirror, and once you have done that, this is what it will look like when the Seicane mirror has been installed to your car's factory rearview mirror. There is one little problem that I do need to mention though after doing that, and that is with the auxiliary audio cable. It does not use a right angled plug, and it really needs to, as everything connects at the top of the mirror. So because of this, if your rearview mirror is like mine and it has something mounted above it, or it is just mounted really close high to the roof, then because of this plug not being a right angled plug, you'll be left with this gap at the top, because the straight angled plug prevents the mirror from going up any higher. This problem can of course easily be fixed by just using another cable, or by cutting off the plug and replacing it with a right angled plug. This also of course won't be a problem for all cars either. It was just a problem with my car. So anyway, that's it. Within just a few hours, I have now not only just installed a DVR rearview mirror with a reversing camera to my car, but I also have a fully functional Android Auto and CarPlay system as well. So with only about 3 to 4 hours of work, I now have this awesome system installed into my car, and all for such an affordable price as well. So with everything now done, the device is now all ready to use, and the installation is completely finished. Okay guys, so that is how the Seicane DVR rearview mirror with its built-in Android Auto and CarPlay works, and that is why it is so good. As you have now seen for yourself, it has some unbelievably good features, and not only do the features it has make it incredibly useful and convenient to use, but it's also a really fun and exciting device to play with every day in your car as well. At the beginning of the video, I said it was one of the best DVR rearview mirrors I have tested, and it definitely is. Seicane have put a lot of thought into the designing of this device. It's a very high quality product, and it's also been designed to be very reliable, and it definitely is that as well. I have not experienced a single problem with it over the last 2 weeks of testing it. It's almost as if Seicane have designed this to be the perfect DVR rearview mirror. And you know what? It very well could be. So if you're looking for a high quality and reliable DVR rearview mirror with built-in Android Auto and CarPlay, that also includes a reversing camera and other really cool features as well, then the Seicane HO30 is the perfect product for you. With Christmas being so close, now is the perfect time to treat yourself or a friend to a DVR rearview mirror packed with features that anyone is going to love. So now is the perfect time to take advantage of the amazing discount offer Seicane are currently offering on this product, using the link in the description below before it ends. I will also leave a link to Seicane's website where you can check out the range of other products they have to offer as well. They have some other really cool car tech devices that a lot of you are going to love. And now we have come to the end of another video, and thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video or found it helpful, then please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, where you can watch even more videos, which I upload every week. And I hope to see you all in the next video. Turn off display.
Okay.